At lightweight, how about this, Bri? Mateusz Gamrot -170, Jalen Turner +145. So I ran into Turner at the host hotel at one of these events like 6 months ago. He's been out since last July, did have some injuries that he needed to clean up. I believe one of them surgically, if I'm not mistaken. And he was to put his 5-fight winning streak on the line here against Dan Hooker, but Hooker broke a bone and is out. And now it's the in-stepping Mateusz Gamrot. He'll try to bounce back from a loss to Benny Dariush in Abu Dhabi last October. Gamrot the favorite, Turner the dog. Brian Petrie, which way you going?
Yeah, this happens sometimes in UFC where the replacement fighters, I think it's a better fight. I mean, listen, no knock on Dan Hooker. Gamrot is going to be the biggest test for Turner because the only time we've seen Turner, besides the Vicente Luque fight, have trouble with steamrollers. Steamroller took him down and controlled him the whole time. He's obviously said he's fixed that. He's on a 4-finish win streak, excuse me. I know he's on a 5-fight win streak, but against really top guys. Again, not against scrubs. Like, he's knocking out Brad Riddell and, he's taking necks home. I like this dude a lot. And Gamrot, against the Benny Dariush fight, I feel like he got exposed a little bit. Impressive record. He's looking in the UFC. He rushes everything. And I think the range is going to give him some problems here against Turner. I mean, Turner's massive for lightweight. And if he rushes in with a takedown, there's a neck right there. If he rushes in, there's a knee waiting for you. There's a punch waiting for you. I was surprised we're getting Turner at +145. I get it. Gamrot is a guy that could cause problems for Turner with the wrestling, the grappling, the cardio. And Turner's been just a hammer lately. So let's see if he can be a nail. But I can't go against the hot hand of Turner. I think this guy's an absolute dog in there. Give me another dog shot here. I like Turner by finish too. I don't know, knockout or submission, but some kind of inside the distance for sure.
All right, Kenny. Jalen Turner +145, the play for Brian Petrie. And when Ryan Spann took a microphone after this main event when Nikita Krylov got delayed, he sort of was intimating that he was going to go back into champ camp on Monday. And I do believe for these fighters who are chasing a championship, right? It's like you got to kind of be ready to face all the elite guys. Yeah. I like the fact that Jalen Turner is stepping up here. He was going to be probably a 2 or 3-1 favorite against Dan Hooker. Now he's in the role of underdog. But hey, man, if you're going to be the lightweight champion, you're probably going to have to beat Mateusz Gamrot. How do you think Jalen Turner handles this stylistic challenge, Ken Flo, and ultimately which way do you fall?
I'm glad you brought that up. And we have to ask, why was he a favorite against Dan Hooker, and why is he an underdog against Gamrot? I think that's a very important question, and I share a lot of the sentiment that Brian Petrie has, especially in regards to Jalen Turner. I used to follow every UFC fighter when I was calling the fights. I would follow every UFC fighter out there. I stopped doing that. It was just I don't care about their timeline, if I'm being honest.
Right.
When I see Jalen Turner fight, I watched him fight. I'm like, I got to follow this guy. I think he's going to be something. He's something special. His size, I think his martial arts attitude, he executes when the lights are bright, the improvements that he's made over time since losing to Favola. I've been very impressed with this kid, the maturity, everything. However, I have to put the emotions aside because I do think Gamrot is a very tough stylistic matchup for him. Just because you know what Gamrot's going to do, and it's very tough to stop it. Benny Dariush is a special grappler. He's got a ton of experience, and I think that even he blew me away with how well he did against Gamrot. Can Jalen Turner do that at this stage of the game? I'm not so sure. If he does, I would love to see it. I would love to be surprised, but I don't know if he has that level of experience with his grappling. I think he does have some threats submission-wise, but I think that Gamrot is very good when it comes to positional exchanges, where he doesn't put himself in a tremendous amount of trouble, really. You just don't really see it. And I think this is a favorable matchup for him, not taking it, with a full camp necessarily. So I think that's favorable to Turner. But I think Gamrot is the favorite here because of his grappling experience and his ability to force it into that realm. And I think Turner's going to have a tough time just moving and being successful consistently over time when it comes to the transitional grappling game. So would love to be surprised. He absolutely has a big advantage on the feet. No question about that with his reach and power and speed. But I think Gamrot's just not going to allow him to do that. So I like Gamrot here by decision.